So it is, let me just find the date because I don't know what it is, the 16th of June. So it's been just over 2 weeks since I lost everything again. So that was my job and my home at the same time. I've done a little vlog on getting evicted, but I had to make them small because the internet is so poor. That took a few hours to even put up, just a couple of minute video. I'm going to try for a bigger one and just let it run overnight because I'm staying here. So let's just see if it works, but so I can tell the story properly now. So we got evicted from the house illegally. We were forced out because the person wanted the house back because I refused to pay the last 2 months rent. Not refused to pay it, but I held it back. And I said, you can have the rent when you comply and sort this rubbish out that you've done to us, which is, one, committed fraud in my name by putting bills into my name behind my back that I'd already paid her for, and then we're getting final bills from the company saying they want the money now, and I've already paid that. So I'm not going to give her rent when she's ripping me off like that. And two, lying about everything, saying it was a holiday let when it was actually a lease, and she told me it was a long-term lease and then turned it into it was just a short-term lease, and changing the story constantly. The problem that I had is that her friends were also HR at my job, so that made it really hard. So before I left, I got a letter email from a friend at HR saying get out of my friend's house. Basically bullying and just get out of there, it's not your house, you've overstayed your welcome. And I'm like, welcome? We were paying £600 a month to live there. We've just received a council tax bill again, when she's saying it was a holiday let. So the council are going to be dealt with as well, because they're just, everybody, it's always the working class person that gets it, isn't it? Not the person who's got 40 properties. She's got away with not being registered. She's got away with keeping my deposit. So far, that's got to go to court as well. She's got away with committing fraud in my name. She's got away with giving us false contracts and lying about that and blah blah blah. And she's got away so far with illegally evicting us without a court order. So that is all a separate story which is going to be dealt with in the future. For now, so that's what happened. As a result of leaving the house, I had nowhere to live. You've literally walking out of your home with all your belongings and going to where? There's a delusion there that I'm just going to walk out straight into a new life. Now, the average person couldn't do that. Imagine you've got pets and children and you've got a job in a remote location, and then you're told you're out of the house, get out. Trying to hold on to a job like that is extremely difficult. It's not like I lived in a place where there was lots of housing. It was a exclusive place to live. The village was mostly second homes and holiday lets, so people with money buying up all the property and making money out of them, which I don't blame people for because it's just business, but it means the housing stock is shrinking for people like us. So there's nowhere for us to go. So I'm like, right, okay, what can we do? The only thing we could do is go to Paul's family. So we went to Paul's family because they live in Scotland, and this is the side of the story that I want to talk about because people don't like talking about. When you feel like there's been an injustice and you've been ripped off and you've been lied to, and your loyalties that you thought you had, the friends you thought you had were not friends, and I'm talking the management who claimed to be my friend have just gone silent on me now because they were friends with the landlady as well. So their loyalty is to the one who stays and the one who fights the hardest. And it appears that she has won the fight, but she hasn't. But they've gone silent on me, so then I'm like, right, okay, can't rely on them now. Can't go back there. The wall of silence has made it very uncomfortable to go and work there again. And yet, the majority of the people there are so amazing and so wonderful, and they've missed me as well. So it's only a tiny minority that have made it difficult to go back. And aside from the housing, they offered me a room in the hotel, but that was only for me and not for Paul and the dogs. And families don't split up for minimum wage jobs if they can help it. So what I said to myself is, okay, there's a big world out there, you don't know what's out there, go find out. We've done it before, we can do it again, surely. So we went to his mum's. It was very difficult there, and she was amazing. She was really tolerant and patient with us, but we were only supposed to go for 2 days, and it ended up being 12 for me, 14 for Paul and the dogs. So that wasn't good for me. I could feel myself sinking up and down all the time, because I was getting so frustrated. Because what happened is, we found a job straight away. I found a solution within a couple of days, but the Jeep itself developed an issue that had to stay in the garage, and long story short, it kept holding back the plans. So during this time, I went into the dark place. I call it the dark place. That's a place where most people make sure they don't go, because you don't know what's there and you don't know what's on the other side of there. But I've learnt to embrace it. I don't anaesthetise myself from anything. If something's going to happen, like if I'm going to go depressed, then I'm going to go depressed, and I'll just go and allow that to happen. Luckily, I went downhill quickly because of the frustration of our situation, but I was only there about a day, which is amazing compared to how I used to be there in the past. So I am developing inside myself, and I am becoming stronger without even realising. So while I was there, it was just complete despair. Like, now what? We're in somebody's flat, a 1-bedroom flat with 2 dogs, and she's got a dog as well. So 3 dogs, 3 adults in a 1-bedroom flat. It was cramped, and I'm sleeping on the settee, and I could feel myself descending because the Jeep kept getting stalled all the time. Every time they fixed one little thing, another one had come along, and they'd say, we can't release the Jeep until we've done this job. And it started to feel like we were being attacked, because all the opportunities that were coming were just drifting straight past us. But while I was down in the dark place, something just came to me, all these ideas, and one was, why don't you just buy a home now, cash, while you've got the money? And what I'd done is I'd saved the rent, like I said, from the house, because I didn't pay her for 2 months because she was ripping me off. And I was going to give it to her once it was resolved, but she wouldn't resolve it, so that's the rain. So what happened is, I decided, just buy a caravan, just buy a cheap caravan, spend some time doing it up to make it a nice one, and that's the first problem resolved. You've got somewhere to live, or should I say, you've got something to live in. So that's what I started to do. I started to look for caravans, but while the Jeep problems were going on, caravans would come and then they'd go, because they must be popular. They go on Gumtree or eBay or whatever in the morning, and by dinner time they've sold. So you've got to get straight in. We couldn't go and get the caravan until the Jeep was fixed, so we was in a quandary there, and it was so frustrating. So I could feel myself going up and down while I was there. And then eventually I thought, you know what, just use this now as an opportunity to work a way through. So then I thought, if we've got a caravan, best thing to do is go and get a job where you can take your caravan and put it on the pitch, and then you're not paying for site fees and you're earning money too. So I says this to Paul, and he went, it's a fantastic idea. It makes more sense for us, because even though we are officially now at the top of the housing list, because we are officially considered homeless, if they gave us a key today, or last week or the week before, and said, here's a key, it's £350 rent a month plus your council tax, blah blah blah. I couldn't have even took anything because I had no job. So it would have actually come with a lot of stress. We also don't have furniture and stuff because we gave all that away. So it was literally, the thing that makes sense right now is just get a caravan, find a job on a caravan park. The last 2 days that I was there, I decided I'm going to go and stay with my son in Halifax and just catch up with my family and use it as an holiday. So my son came, bless him, all the way from England to pick me up from Scotland to take me back to his house. And I stayed with him for 2 days, and Paul stayed and waited for the Jeep. This is so funny. So I found a caravan, and the guy said, I will hold it for you, because I told him our situation, and I said, we really need one to go and do a living job. And he went, look, it's sat here waiting, I'm not going to let anybody else view it, it's yours. It's in good condition, it's ready to go. And I'm like, oh, fantastic. So the day that Paul got the Jeep fixed, he packed up the Jeep with all our things and said, I'm on my way to get the caravan, then I'm going to come and get you and we will go on our next adventure. He went to get the caravan, and when he got there he phoned me up and he said, is this the right address? And I said, well, yeah. And he went, Kelly, this is awful. And it turned out that the caravan itself was falling apart. It had been used as an office on a builder's yard, and they drilled into the walls and put wiring through, and they ripped the bathroom out, they ripped some of the furniture out. He said it was so dangerous it couldn't even be towed. That's how bad it was. So literally I was packed ready to go, and we had no caravan, but we had the Jeep packed with things, and I thought, oh my God. I went on Facebook and I joined a group for caravans, that people selling caravans, and 45 minutes earlier somebody had put on a caravan, and I just rang her straight away and I said, have you still got the caravan? And she said, yes, I have. It was in let me think where it was, near Blackpool. I was going to say Morecambe, but I don't think Morecambe's on the other coast. It was somewhere like that. It'll come to me. So I says to Paul, it was at this point was sat in the car park, not knowing where he was even going, because I said, do not come and get me without a caravan, because I swear down, I can't live in a Jeep. We couldn't even sit in the Jeep. So the lady said, you can come and get it now. And I'm like, oh, thank you, God. So I phoned him and said, can you get there now? And it was a 4.5 hour trip. It was something like that. So he just set off. He phoned me up when he got there and he said the caravan's fine. It's got a few minor things wrong. One is the wheel at the front is broken a little bit. Some of the cupboards are loose and need new hinges. But there's no damp, it's towable, and it's big enough, and do you want it? And I just said, just get it, for God's sake, just get the caravan. So he got it and he came and got me. My son drove me up to it was like a big playing field in Halifax. That's where Paul parked, so my son drove me up there with my things and we threw it all into the caravan. And then he said, right, now where we're going? And I said, well, I don't know, actually. But I love Scotland. Everybody knows how much I love Scotland. And Paul wanted to head south. I wanted to stay in Scotland. So I said, can we just go back up to Scotland? Just go there. So we decided to go on the Central Belt. So we went to Loch Lomond. It was called Lomond Woods Park, I think. So we got there and we got on the internet, which was quite poor but just good enough to do a job search, and there's a job, and it said couple wanted, caravan park till September, bring your own caravan or accommodation provided. So I said, let's just go for that job, let's just do it. We're at least safe until September. It was only a job for one person, but doesn't matter. it's getting us out of the situation and getting us somewhere safe and getting some money coming in. So we phoned them up and she said, can you come for an interview on Thursday? And we said yes. So the interview was an hour and a half drive. So this is really funny. So we stayed on the caravan park for 2 days and treated it as an holiday, and I loved it. The caravan's small compared to a house, but it was big enough for us all, and I didn't feel claustrophobic in it or anything. And I said, I was actually really relieved that we had the caravan. Now I've just put the vlog on about the caravan, but not showed you that one. Anyway, this is so funny. We came for the interview on Thursday, and when we got here, I'd already emailed my references, which were absolutely fantastic, by the way. One was from a former manager, and the other one was from a former employer, and there were glowing references. So when we got here, we already had the job, basically. It's 40 hours a week, £8.50 an hour. There's scope for overtime when it's really busy, like painting jobs and things, but keeps raining at the moment. But she said it comes with a caravan, and I said, well, we have our own. She said, well, you can bring that as well, but you can do whatever you want. When we came here and she showed us the caravan, I went, oh my god, it is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to do, I've already filmed the inside of the caravan, and I'll put that on the next vlog. It's just a 2-minute walk through of the caravan. So we got a caravan, a 2-bedroom caravan, and we started the next day. She said, come tomorrow, you can stay overnight and then start Saturday. So this is our second day. This is how great this job is, right? I went to work yesterday. I did an hour's work, and then they went, let's put kettle on and have a coffee. And then I did some more cleaning in the pods. Then we all cleaned the toilets. And then I did an hour in the shop, which is really sociable. It's like the 1970s, you know, when you used to go to the shop for a loaf of bread and stand having a chat with the shopkeeper. It's just like that. It's really, really laid back. People are just lovely. The owners are lovely. So we don't know what the actual deal is. None of us do, because this is the first year they've had 2 couples. So the park is run by 1 couple, but this is the year it's got a bit busier because they've got more pods, and that brings more people. So this is a trial and ever thing, but it doesn't matter because we're here till at least September, and it gives us time to get my caravan done up and ready for winter, and then we can go and look for other jobs then. So because my life changes every week, I can't say the plan. All that matters is the now, and right now we are safe. So we're in a static caravan with a beautiful view, and this morning is funny. I slept in, kind of. I was really tired because I didn't sleep the night before. So I says to Paul, go and do my job. And he has literally gone and done my job today, and they don't care. This is how great it is. So today the hours were 9 till 1, and then in from 4 till 9 tonight. So I says to Paul, if you do the morning shift, I'll do the afternoon shift. So that's what we're doing. And then tomorrow it's 9 till 1, so I'll do that. And that's it. So it's a lovely job. Lovely people. It's a small park in a lovely place. We're an hour from Oban. About the same again to Fort William. It's about that sort of distance. I'm not going to say the name of the park because I like to say where I've been, not where I am. But everything's good right now, and that's all that matters is the now. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to put the video on the next vlog, which will follow this one, of the caravan. I'm going to do another vlog later on about my other caravan, because what I'm going to do is a before and after of that, because we're not living in it now, it's just parked up. So I will do a before and after of that later. But anyway, life, innit? 2 weeks ago I lost my job, my house, and we stood in complete bleakness thinking, where do we go? And 2 weeks down the line we're in a job with not just one home but two, and you're like, you couldn't make this up, could you? And I'm really chuffed. So I'm gonna go, and this might take about 2 days to upload because the internet's hit and miss, and there's quite a lot of people on the park. So I'll try and get it on, and then straight after that I'll put the other one on of the caravan. So thank you for watching.